Teaching approaches and strategies in English language instruction. Why do we teach the language? What do you think? So this image appears to address the question, so why do we teach the language, and explores the various purposes and broader context of language education. Here's an explanation of its components. The core goals of language teaching. Okay, so we have first to speak the language. Emphasizes on developing oral communication skills for everyday interactions and verbal verbal fluency. Second, to write the language. Focus on a written expression for formal and informal purposes, including academic and professional use. And the third one, to read the language. Teaching comprehension skills to understand written text across different genres and contexts. These goals reflect the development of both oral and written mediums of communication, which are essential for using the language effectively in diverse situations. Broader purpose, the overarching aim goes beyond the mechanics of speaking, writing, and reading. So this image links language teaching to social, economic, political, and potentially critical literacy aspects. Social literacy, using language to interact, connect with others, and participate in social contexts. Economic literacy, understanding and using language for professional and economic advancement, such as workplace communication or engaging in global markets. Political literacy, recognizing how language is used in power structures, decision making, and societal discourse. Critical literacy, encouraging learners to analyze and question how language shapes ideas, identities, and realities, fostering critical thinking and empowerment. This framework suggests that language teaching is not only about functional skills but also about enabling individuals to navigate, contribute to, and critique the broader world. So it says here, what do you see from this picture? It says here, I love learning. Okay. Why? Bakit? Bakit love niya ang learning? Sabi dito, learning is fun. That's why. Kaya niya love ang learning because it's fun. Is it really fun? Okay, so look at the image of this boy. The truth. Learning today appears to be passive and unmotivated. Indeed, Comaravadivelo, ang hirap naman, 2003 stated that passivity, okay, reticence, and lack of critical thinking are very common among Asian learners. Is that true? Asian learners? Accordingly, passive learning happens because of the strange concepts that learners cannot associate themselves in the entire process of learning. For Freire, 1993, banking model remains dominant in today's education that worsen the spirit of empowerment, motivation, and agency. It says here, learning passivity gives birth to learning oppression, marginalization, and learning poverty. That's according to Salayo 2021. This diagram outlines various factors influencing learning success and engagement. So here, an explanation of this diagram. Teachers, okay, and a learner's personality. Personal traits such as openness, patience, enthusiasm, or motivation play a critical role in shaping the learning experience. A teacher charisma and learners' willingness to participate directly impact engagement. Okay. Um, Teaching learning styles in attitudes. The compatibility between teaching methods, like for example, the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and learners' preferred learning styles is vital positive attitudes toward teaching and learning enhance success, while negative attitudes can hinder progress. Learning and thinking ability. So each learner has a unique cognitive abilities, including memory, critical thinking, and problem solving skills. Tailoring teaching methods to accommodate varied abilities can foster deeper engagement. So, another factor affecting learning, success, and engagement, we have psychology of teaching and learning. Psychological aspects such as motivation, confidence, and emotional well being influence how effectively learners engage with the material. Teachers can create supportive environments to address these needs. And another one, we have teacher learner relationship. So, teacher learner relationship. A positive and respectful relationship between teachers and learners builds trust and promotes collaboration. It encourages learners to actively participate and seek help when needed. And we have teachers and learners passive yes, teachers and learners positive or negative behavior. Positive or negative behavior. Like encouragement, timely feedback, and active participation enhance learning. Conversely, negative behaviors, like for example, distractions, criticism, so can impede progress. And we have the last one, environmental support. External factors such as classroom setup, access to resources, and home support significantly affect learning engagement. A conducive and resourceful environment fosters better outcomes. Okay, so all in all, so this framework highlights how both internal personality, cognitive skills, relationships, and external those are environmental, psychological, okay, factors contribute to learning success and engagement. So, a holistic approach that addresses these dimensions creates a productive learning environment. So, the key frame we have um, from theory to practice model. How do you call that one? That is practicing. So that is from theory to practice model. That is practicing. And we have the other one, from practice to theory model. How do we call that one? That is theorizing. From practice to theory model.
Ay nagagawa pa ng ating mga estudyante. Nakaka-store pa ba sila ng memory nila ng matagal? Short term. Short term na lang, di ba? Pag tinuro mo ngayon, bukas, wala na sila may sagot. Bakit kaya? Tayo noon, di ba? Siguro marami akong kaedad dito. Tayo noon, kapag bago tayo papasok sa klase, di ba? Nire-recall muna natin lahat. Kasi pag hindi ka nakasagot kay teacher, turot ka sa singit, kakatuhin ka na eraser, papa-squatting ka, mabalik yung gano'n. Pero, kasi nga natututo yung mga bata. Ngayon naman, Diyos ko dahil, Diyos ko dahil ka na lang. Tapos sasabihin mo, ginawa ko naman ang lahat. Pero anong nangyari? Sabi ni Director, Diyos na lang ang nakakaalam. So, Diyos na lang ang nakakaalam. Kasi minsan, sabi ng head natin, ano ginawa mo? Ano ginawa mo sa estudyante natin hindi natuto? Gano'n. Bakit nag-fail? So, lahat naman, ginawa na. Bakit hindi pa rin natuto? So, ang reason dyan talaga is yung unang-una, social media, di ba po? O ganitong oras, antok na yung mga estudyante kasi anong oras sila natutulog? Alauna, alas 2. Kita mo na lang, sige, good night. Sabi ko na good night. Kasi nga, nakakaya naman ay pagbuhin mo siya. Baka bigla kaya nasuntok. Good night talaga. Kaya dapat, alive ang ating, dapat marami tayong strategies. Kaya paano ba yun? Ako naguguluhan na rin sa DepEd. Tapos sabi yung PISA. Alam niyo ba, i-share ko lang yung PISA. Di ba, HOTS? So, sabi sa HOTS, hindi daw maganda ang multitasking. Kasi ang result ay wala din mo. Hindi rin maganda ang result. So, bakit tayo integrate mo sa ganito ang lesson mo, sorry lang po ganun talaga. So, pati bata, nalito din. Ano ba talaga yung i-input sa kanya, sobrang dami na nilalagay sa utak, kaya naguguluhan. So, ang tendency, mag-Facebook na lang siya, mag-YouTube, basta sa yun, nai-enjoy siya, di ba? So, ang gulo. Pero, laban pa rin yung mga teachers, di ba po? Kaya nandito tayo. So, laban lang tayong laban, hindi natin alam kung kailan ang championship. Ayun na lang. So, ayan. So, students, sabi din sa cognitive SEM, may soft drinks ba kayo? Para mas enjoy kayo, di ba? May soft drinks ba? Masarap kasi yan pag may soft drink. May nag-request pa. So, ano yung fourth idea? Kasi pag hindi ako magkatawa, mga matulog talaga kayo dyan. Kasi hindi ko rin alam kung paano ko ito tatapusin. Pero dahil nagmamadali tayo, di ba nagmamadali rin kayo lahat? Yes! Bigyan ko kayo nito.
Gawin group at gawin iba.
So lahat yan. So yung fast track na lang. So ang core idea dito is mental process. So mental process involve learning such as thinking, memory, and problem solving. So kaya lang parang nade-deteriorate naman yung mga mental estudyante natin. Meron ngayon, mental illness. Mental health. Di ba? Parang kung bigyan mo pala ng activity, sabi na estudyante ko, Ma'am, ikaw bumabay activity pa? Sabi ko, ha? Bakit? Kasi si Ma'am, si Ma'am sa ano, si Ma'am sa ano, si Ma'am sa ano. Ay, hindi ba ako kasama doon sa subject doon? Huwag ka na magbigay na activity kasi hindi na namin alam kung anong unahin namin. Diba? Parang hirap na sila. Yung mental processing nila, paano nila ipaprocess lahat ng mga subject nila. Diba? Parang ako din na, lalo sa senior high, ang dami-daming subject. Hindi maintindihan. Yes, sir.
Mas priority lang sa'yo, ma'am.
Masaya kasi yun, sir. Pero integrated pa rin sa akin. Napapili. So, dapat pag nagpapasayaw ka, gamitan mo ng hacks. Diba? Anong title, no? Sinayaw mo. What's the importance of your dance? O, ganun pa rin. So, strategize lang talaga natin. Kasi, kung try natin sila, mas lalong ano. So, maghanap tayo ng strategy na mag-fit din talaga sa kanilang attitude. Di ba? Yun na yung kanina, yung sa behavior nila. Okay. Di ba? Oh, yes. Pag sumasayaw, i-measure nyo kung ilang steps. Ganon. So, lahat na lang i-integrate sa, sabi nyo yung PISA. Ang PISA kasi ay more on reading. So, hindi na tayo ngayon sabi namin, huwag na lang muna kaya kami magturo ng ano. Magpabasa na lang na magpabasa. Wala naman ng PowerPoint. Puro, ganito na. Basa-basa lang muna. Sana ganun muna, no? Basa muna. Tapos, hindi yung sa first grading pa lang, ang dami ng competencies. Hindi na natin maintindihan. Sana yung related lang doon. Sa gusto pala nila tayo umangat sa PISA, pero yung competencies natin parang, sabol-sabol. Hindi na-align doon sa, sabi, culture-based, tapos pagdating sa PISA, globally, ay paano yung hindi aware yung mga estudyante natin doon? Content-based doon kung saan lang yung lesson natin doon natin, ay hindi sila aware, global pala yung PISA na yun. So, paano yun? Kaya parang, ako, pag-analyze doon, conflict talaga. Parang hirap doon sa, kasi kami nagpapa-review, yung mga teacher namin sa unang araw, parang nahilong-talilong kasi nga, sige tayo ka-integrate sa culture, sa gano'n. Tapos ang mga examples doon, iba't-ibang bansa, yung mga scenarios, hindi gano'n yung mga natin sa lesson. Kaya ewan na lang, hindi naman tayo din secretary. Kaya kasunod tayo. So tayo ang mag-a-adjust sa Department of Change. Ano ito, Ram? Sige na, taga-reklamo kanina. Mr. Dene, puro reklamo. Pero sige lang, sunod lang tayo. So dito na tayo sa person-centered. The learner as a whole person, ito ay from Rogers. Sino kaya si Rogers? Kenny Rogers? Kenny Loggins? Okay, learners as a whole person approach. So under this, values, interest, emotion, and etc. So teachers are facilitators as the process aims to develop learners' self-autonomy, agency, independence, etc. So ano yung teacher dito? So teachers, authenticity, unconditional acceptance, confidence to learners, and empathy. Puro na lang tayo yung empathy, di ba? So person-centered. So ito ay self-directed. Kasi nga, ang core niya dito, it focuses on the whole person. Including emotional well-being ng bata dito. Kasi kasama rin yung values. So, holistic approach, yung person-centered. So ano yung example natin dyan? Halimbawa, yung teacher, in-encourage niya yung students na magkaroon sila ng sarili ng goal, mag-set sila ng goal, then mag-reflect sila doon sa progress ng goal nila sa kanilang journal. So, yun yung person-centered theory. So, these approaches, nagpo-poster siya ng intrinsic motivation. It helps students take ownership. Siya talaga, in his own learning, na-develop niya yung kanyang sense of self-worth. Diyan. Kasi, sarili niya yung kanyang self. Critical pedagogy. Critical talaga ito. So, learning, education encourages on scientization or social consciousness. So this promotes problem posing, model of education through dialogue. So key terms natin dito sa critical pedagogy are democracy, liberation, equality, equity, and empowerment. So students will be able to empower themselves kung paano nila meron silang, kumbaga may freedom sila what to learn this time. So in our 21st century learning, the teaching and learning process, di ba yung teacher more on facilitators na lang din naman? Magbibigay tayo sa kanila ng what to do at doon, ipapacilitate natin, hindi na yung more on kuda-kuda, more on talk and talk. Kasi hindi na yun yung hindi na yun yung uso ngayon na way of teaching. Napaka-traditional. Pero sometimes, depende, di ba? Depende sa mental ability ng learner, sa capacity nila. Kasi kahit sabihin natin, okay, facilitator na lang, pero ang ending, i-explain mo pa rin talaga, i-discuss mo pa rin from the start. Diba? Do you agree with me? Ang hirap. Lalo na, ang ating classroom ay hindi naman, ano tawag na, yung hetero tayo, diba? Halo-halo. Pero kung siguro yung dating, kahit na klase na sama-sama yung mga galing, kaya lang, dahil may child protection, parang naman kasi yun, parang discrimination. Kaya, pinalitan nila, ginawa nilang hetero sa K-12. Pero parang sa akin, parang gusto ko yung parang yung strategy mo, mababahay mo talaga siya sa ability na mga estudyante mo. Unlike mo, iba-iba yung kanilang so kaya kailangan mo ng differentiated, multiple intelligences. So mamaya ay din natin. Sir, yung oras ko ba ay pa? Okay pa rin? Okay. Sir, mag-bell ka lang pag tayo na. Pagputulin na natin to. Okay, mama pa. Tawad na yan. So dito tayo sa language teaching approaches. Skill-based. Ano po ba yung mga skill-based na yan? So yung kanina, hindi ko pala siya naalala. So yung theories, ano ba yung impact nun? Balik para tayo doon. Ako sa time kasi. Ano pa yung impact nun sa teaching? Yung mga theories na discuss natin kanina. So, I'll just give you yung mga keywords para maano natin yung behaviorism. Ito ay reinforces, discipline and routine ng mga estudyante natin. Yung constructivism naman, encourages creativity and critical thinking. Yung cognitivism naman, improves organizational and analytical skills. While yung humanism o yung person-centered, yun naman ay nagbibuild siya ng supportive and motivating environment. Collectivism prepares students for a technology-driven world. Kasi nga, digital na tayo ngayon. So, meron pa yung experiential learning. Yun naman yung experiential learning is connects theory to practice. Alam nyo na yan. Sino kasama tayo dito sa board? Kasama yan na pag-aralan natin yan. So, dito na tayo sa skill-based. Oo, di ba nagmamaster, nagparin yung kaya alam nyo na yan. So, dito, skill-based, designer method, the silent way, community language learning, focal physical response, o tinatawag natin PPR. Suggestology or suggestopedia. Meron pa tayong ED approach, audiolingual approach, oral situational approach. Ang dami, no? Yan yung sa skill-based. Then, cognitive approach, effective humanistic approach, comprehension-based approach, communicative language teaching. So yung mga yun ay under ng skill-based. Ano po yung core idea ng skill-based? Ang pinaka-sentro ng skill-based, bakit natin kailangan siyang gamitin as our approach in our learning, teaching and learning? Okay, so it focuses on the specific, the teaching specific language skills, lalo na po sa English, yung listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Sa English po yun, ayun lang ang ibibigay. Kung hindi ko po alam kung ano sa science, sa math, meron po ba kayong i-share sa skill-based approach? Kasi sa amin sa English, ang skill-based approach, ito ay nakafocus sa listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So, meron tayong distinct areas learning. So, depende na po yun sa inyo kung ano. Ano po sa science? Sino po yung makapag-share? 18 or experimenting? Gano'n? Skill-based. Sa math, Ma'am Roach, problem solving. Tracking. So, yun. O, alam natin, di ba? Kasi siyempre, ginagawa talaga natin yan. Yung nga lang, minsan sa dami ng approach, hindi natin alam kung ano yung pinaka-the best approach. Wala naman kasing one size fits all, di ba? Depende rin talaga yun sa learners natin. Okay, so next we have the approaches on traditional approaches. So ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina. Natural approach, grammar, translation approach, and direct method. Sa natural approach, ano po ba yung mai-share nyo dyan? Yun yung parang spoon feeding, discuss, tapos nakikinig yung mga bata. Yun, di ba? Yung natural. Ano pa po? Yung sa grammar translation approach. Okay, yun, simple, nagta-translate tayo lang para mas maintindihan ng mga bata. Ayun, direct method. Ano yun? Ikaw na yung nag-decide. Ano na yung gagawin, no? Paano mo siya mapatuto yung iyong mga estudyante. So, yun yung mga traditional. Parang spoon feeding din, di ba? Yung mga natin. Pero, parang effective naman siya nung sa atin. Ngayon, sa sobrang dami ng strategies. Hindi na alam. Naputo ba yung bata? Bakit sa amin hindi naman? Parang mas maraming na-retain sa utak. May magic sarap. Oo, sa dami ng mga doon. Seasoning. The lifestyle. Oo, isa din yun. Wala na silang time nun kasi sa atin, right minus wrong pa yan. Tapos fill in the blank. Ilalagay mo pa yung correct answer. Modify true or false. May essay pa. Tapos 200, 500 words. Para mga gano'n, di ba? Pero, masaya. At least natututo tayo kasi we find time na mag-review. Ngayon, wala na kasi sabi ng mga bata, ABCD lang naman yan. Si Ma'am na yung nagbigay ng sagot, huhulaan na lang natin. Diba? 15 minutes lang ang isang oras, 15 minutes yung exam na pinaghirapan mo ilang gabi. Nagawa ka pa ng toast, nagawa ka pa ng ano. Diba? Tapos yung toast mo, pabalik-balik pa. Kasi hindi mo perfect. Tapos sila, 15 minutes lang, tapos na, ay nako. Pero that's life. Na-increase naman tayo sa January eh. Di ba, sir? Oo, nala naman tayo ng facelift niya. Process-based. Ano tayo? Malapit na to.
Ma'am, practice-based sa bangko.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So, kailangan dito ng maraming papel. Pero this time, hindi na siya mahirap. Kasi wala na siyang homemaker. Ano lagi na yung sabi ko. Okay na? So, process-based approaches. So, pre-task, during, and post-task. So, doon siya. Dependence and independence. So, makikita naman natin yung theoretical framework. Okay? So, pre-task, modeling, demonstrating. So, alam na natin yan. Diba? Ay, hindi kayo nag-agree? Hindi nyo alam? I-discuss ko kayo, matatagalan. Okay. Yan yung mga examples. So, guided, supported teacher, peer community, scientific, and academic references and independence. So, process-based approaches. Self-assessment, peer teacher, critiquing, publishing, sharing, and actualizing. Yan na po yung post-task nila. So, sa pre-task, medyo critical siya. Pagdating sa post-task, action-based na siya. So, it could be social action or critical. So, let's go to electric. Ayan na. May electric pa pala. Electric. Eclectic. Ano ba yan? Eclectic. Parang ano? Epileptic. After this. Okay. An eclectic approach. Are you familiar with this? Familiar pa kayo dito? So this approach becomes an immediate to the imitation or the classic approaches. So it is flexible use of the different methods, materials to achieving learning. It aims to cater learners' differences, preferences, and styles. So yun talaga yung ano niya doon, pinaka-keyword. So dito sa eclectic approach, it combines elements from multiple teaching and approach based on the learner's needs. At saka yung teaching context natin. Yun pinaka-core idea niya. So, ano yung goal nitong eclectic approach? Ang goal nito is to provide a flexible and customized learning experiences. So, hindi lang tayo nagko-customize ng damit, ng ano. So, sa learning experiences, i-customize din natin. Example, the teacher might use, yung sa direct instruction. So, direct instruction for grammar rules. Task-based activities naman for real-life communication practice. Kung ito ay English subject, ha? So, games and interactive tasks for vocabulary building. So, yung eclectic approach. This approach adapts techniques to suit the student's proficiency level and preferences. Yun yung eclectic approach. So, let's go to the next. Ito yung very common. Diba? Lagi hinahanap ko sa CO eh. So, i-discuss ko ba ito? Differentiated instruction. Meron pa ba kayong green areas about differentiated instruction? So, dito sabi dito yung content, what students need to know, understand, and do something with. So, how are we going to process? We need to process in different ways that students make sense of the content. Then, the artifacts Yun na yung product. Students create to show what they know and what they do not know. So for readiness, students understanding on their own means. Interest naman, encouraging student involvement in learning. Kasi mapipilitan talaga sila. Learning preferences. So, processing is in the mind of the thinker. So, ano yung key? Key or yung core idea pala. Yung core idea, pinaka-center ng differentiated instruction. Ginagawa natin ba? Bakit natin ito ginagawa? Yes nga. Bakit?
Para address yung gusto natin bata na learning styles, different learning
Okay. So ito, pinaka-core nito ay nag-tailor siya ng teaching methods that o yung materials natin na kailangan ma-meet natin yung diverse needs, yes, ano pa, interest, and abilities ng ating mga learners. Kaya siya lagi siyang hinahanap. So, paano application nito? So, nag-a-adjust tayo ng content, ng process, ng product, ina-adjust natin based on the capacity of our learners. So, yung pati learning environment natin. So, example ko dyan sa English. Advanced learners, di ba? Meron intermediate learners, struggling learners. So, i-differentiate natin yung instruction na ibibigay natin sa kanila. Halimbawa, sa advanced learners, ano ibibigay ko? Create a complex story. Halimbawa, complex story with multiple characters at saka tema. Yun ang gagawin ng advanced learners. Doon naman sa intermediate learners, they only focus on simple story with a beginning, and then beginning, middle, and end. So doon lang sila magpo-focus. While yung struggling learners, ano kaya ang pwede sa kanila? So they're going to complete a guided story. Mag-ano lang sila doon. Kasi sila ay struggling learners. Halimbawa, mag-aano lang sila ng simple sentence. Habaw, hirap mo na. Sa mga struggling, makaka-create sila. So, depende na rin yun sa atin. Ayan ang differentiated instruction. May isa pa. Ano yung katumbas ng differentiated instruction?
variety.
Differentiate instruction. Iba-iba. So, diverse learners talaga ang ayaw doon. Okay? So, sa task-based tayo. Language learning occurs by addressing completing the goals of certain tasks by following structured stages. Meron din siyang stages, may pre-task, task planning, report analysis, and practice. So this approach focuses on the process rather than the output. So tingnan natin ito. So pre-task, engage, standard. Presentation, task, planning, and then review and accuracy. So sa task-based approach, ang pinaka-sentro nito, yung learning natin dito occurs through meaningful tasks that require real-life language use. So sa English yun. So sa English, ang goal dito ng task-based learning is to improve language skills by focusing on the accomplishing task rather than learning language which forms explicitly. For example, plan a trip to Astoria. So, ibig sabihin, yung student, magre-research sila ng destination, paano makakapunta doon, at kung sino yung mga nila mga persons in order for them to make their plan. Okay? So, task base. Okay naman po ba pag nguya natin dyan? Kung ba masakit sa panga? So, malapit na. Last na to. Last na to yata. Dalawa na lang. Project-based approach. Ano po ba ito? So, sustained inquiry, authenticity, student voice and choice, reflection, critic and revision, public product, challenging problem, or question. So, yung learning goals ng project-based approach is the key knowledge, understanding, and success skills. So, dito, nakasentro yung completing a long-term project which integrates various language skills and fosters collaboration with their classmates. So, engaging ito yung project-based na to. So, nag-engage yung learners in deeper exploration ng real-world problem solving. Example, create posters, write scripts for presentation. So, yun yung sa English lang yung example ko. Or deliver speeches. So, the project team encourage teamwork, creativity, and practical language application. So, yan yung project-based. Ibigyan mo sila na mag-design ka ng simple activity that let them collaborate with each other. And teamwork yung pinaka-goal nila dito. Last but not the least, we have, are you excited? Last na ito. Inquiry-based approach. So it is an active approach or method that encourages the learners to ask questions, conduct research, and explore new ideas. So in inquiry-based approach, it guides the learners to develop their critical thinking, problem solving, and research skills. Madalas ito sa senior high school. Or sa grade 10, mga ganun. Sa elementary, nagagamit yung po ba ito? Inquiry-based. So, pwede rin, di ba? So, it depends. So, tingnan natin ito, ano nila. Ask. Inquiry-based learning. So, reflect, ask, investigate, create, and discuss. So, sa inquiry-based, it encourages the learners to ask questions, investigate topics, and then discover answers. Ano pa? Fostering curiosity and active learning. Ang goal natin dito is to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills through saan? Exploration. Nag-explore kasi sila. Ang example ko dito is, how does technology affect communication? Halimbawa sa English. So, ano gagawin ng bata? The students will generate questions muna. And then, what are the benefits of the social media in communication? So, mag-research sila ng kanilang answer. And then, they will be able to discuss their findings. Kaya ito is more on senior high school talaga yung inquiry-based. Ito ay lagi namin ginagamit. So, in this case, they will be able to practice, reading. Kasi magbabasa sila. Diba? Kasi mag-research sila, kailangan nilang magbasa. Ano pa po ang skills na matidevelop dito? Speaking, correct sir. And then, writing. Kasi gagawa sila ng report. So, yun po. Yun po yung matidevelop na skills ng bata. If gagamit tayo ng inquiry-based learning. At maliban mo sa mag-interview sila, i-present nila yung in the class. So, yun. Sa English po. Hindi ko po alam sa ibang subject. So, ganun din po. Basta bahala na po kayo paano ninyo i-integrate yung inquiry-based learning in your subject area. So, huwag na po natin patagalin. Kita niyo po ba yan? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Ganyan na po ba kayo ngayon? Hindi niyo na alam, parang may dyslexia na ano. Pero I hope you will be able na ma-achieve natin yung goal ng training na to na magamit natin. How these approaches will be able to utilize in our classroom, teaching and learning process. So, yung mga approaches na yan, independently or combined, suit siya sa teaching context natin. For example, yung project-based activity na yan, it might be incorporated with task-based learning and inquiry-based elements. So, pwede rin sila mag-incorporate yung sa isang setup, tatlo na kagad yung strategies na magagamit mo. So, teachers are providers of knowledge and activators of learning process. Do you agree? Ay, parang may napapatras na tayo. Dapat malakas na po. Do you agree with me? Yes! Wow. Parang napilitan. Okay. Okay, so, mag-closure na tayo. Lack of appreciation to the learner's autonomy. Choosing issues and matters to be discussed, activities to be done, and making changes to describing the activities they practice in the class. Hence, teachers fail to work on the needs of the students. Do you like that? Kung lahat nagawa mo na, pero ano nangyari? Failed pa rin. So, ulit lang. Meron tayo kapag nag-failure, ulit naman ulit. Paulit-ulit. Hanggang sa kakanta ka na lang ng gusto ko lang umitaw. Di ba marami na pumunta sa US?
Yes.
Yes. Parang ako din. Parang gusto ko na rin. Okay? As we conclude our session on teaching strategies and approaches, so let us remember that teaching is both science and an art, requiring us to adapt and innovate continuously for our learners to success. So, by exploring diverse strategies, yung mga natutunan nyo ngayon dito, whether anong klaseng strategies yan, skill-based, inquiry-based, collaborative, or we equip ourselves to meet the unique needs of every student and foster their growth as lifelong learners. So let us carry forward this commitment with the words of William Arthur Ward. Okay, basa nga po lahat, all together. Okay, very good. So may we all strive to inspire, empower, and make a meaningful impact in our lives together with our learners so that we could be able to create our classroom where learning is engaging, transforming, and inclusive. Kasi nga, diba, mayroon tayong diverse learners. With that, thank you for your active listening kasi hindi naman kayo nag-participate masyado. Nag-participate kayo dun sa nguya-nguya. And your dedication to education. Good luck po sa amin lahat and thank you so much. Enjoy po tayo sa ating Insert 5 days. That will be all. This is Ma'am Shai of Paramaywa National High School. Thank you. Wala bang palakpak?